review Michigan's best coaches. We're going to go 4 coaches back, starting with Lloyd Carr. I don't know, was he? Then we're going to go Rich Rodriguez. And then after Rich Rodriguez, we got Brady Hoke. And after Brady Hoke, we have the current one, which is Jim Harbaugh. Now, for this one, we're going to specifically look at statistics. I'm not trying to, slice and dice like some of these guys do. We're just going to look at straight things that matter, and then we're going to compare and see who the best coach is of all 4. Now, some of you may already know, but it might surprise you who leads in what categories. And here are the categories for Lloyd Carr. Now, Lloyd Carr, he was the coach from 95 to 2007. He has a total career record of 122 wins and 40 losses, which equals out to be a 75% win ratio. Basically, he would win 3 out of 4 games. 9.3 wins a season. I don't think the .3 matters. We're just going to say you can guarantee that Lloyd Carr was going to give you a winning season, bottom line. He ended up with 5 Big Ten champions. I didn't say championships because, for a lot of it there was no championship game, especially when he was around. And then 1997 they did win the national championship, and it's interesting to note that he had a losing bowl record, which is kind of surprising because I was thinking it was more than 50%, but in reality it was. But here's the kicker: Lloyd Carr had 6 wins versus Ohio State. Now, Ohio State still beat him more, but he did have 6 wins. All right, let's move on to the next coach. Then, after Carr left, it was Rich Rodriguez. Now, if you know the story about Rich Rodriguez, Michigan and Michigan fans, they paid him millions of dollars to come in and do this job. And let's just see how he did. 15 and 22 over 3 seasons. That's a 40% win ratio. Very, very sad time for Michigan and Michigan fans. He couldn't even get a winning season put together on average. No Big Ten champions or championships. No national championships, obviously. They did go to a bowl game, but they lost. And I'm not even talk about that game. And he did not beat Ohio State a single time. Then comes along Brady Hoke. Brady Hoke, I don't know. He's an okay guy. I'm not saying he was the worst thing from Michigan, but he was mediocre too. Now, he was better than Rich Rodriguez at a 31 and 20 overall. That's a 60% win percentage, which means you can expect Brady Hoke to win a little more than half the games this season. But then that's mediocre. So 7.7 wins per season, not very good. He never won the Big Ten and never went to national championships. Now, it's a 1-2 bowl record, and I know some of you are probably thinking, well, which bowls did they go to makes a difference. Because it does make a difference, but you're talking between these Michigan coaches here. You shouldn't have to split which ones are going to New Year's Six bowl games or Rose Bowl or the Capital One Bowl. That doesn't really matter. He did beat Ohio State 1 time. So he did something Rich Rodriguez did, but not as well. I say like Lloyd Carr. Now let's look at the current coach, which is the lovely ex-Stanford coach and other NFL team coach, Jim Harbaugh. 2015 to the present time, he is looking pretty damn good against the last 2 coaches. But how is he going to stack up versus Lloyd Carr? Well, he has a 47-18 overall record. So substantially, Jim Harbaugh is doing a lot better than, say, the last 2, which means, there was about 8 years, 10 years or so where Michigan fans were just pathetic. And then they thought that the savior would be saving them. And he is kind of. I would put something together. That's why I did this, because Jim Harbaugh is doing a lot better than the other 2 coaches. Michigan fans are still upset because, yeah, a 9.4 wins per season coach is all right. It's nearly double digits, but no Big Ten championships, no national championships, and you're 1-5 in the bowls. 1-5. That's really bad. And then to top it all off, you have 0 wins versus your rival, versus Ohio State. And ladies and gentlemen, that is what really makes a difference in a Michigan coach. Now let's take a look at how everybody rounded out. Lloyd Carr, Rich Rodriguez, Jim Harbaugh, Brady Hoke. Lloyd Carr gets best coach with 75% win percentage. He has 5 Big Ten champions, 1 national championship, a 6-7 bowl record, and 6 wins versus Ohio State. And then you have coming in second place, you have 9.4 wins per season. But the thing is I don't know if you can really say he will ever be better than Lloyd Carr, because Lloyd Carr had already done more in the first 6 seasons than Harbaugh will probably do, in the first 8 or 9. But I mean, we've yet to see. He just barely edged him out in win percentage. Um, they're about the same, but I'm going to give it to Lloyd Carr because he's coached a lot longer. And then a huge, next to Rich Rodriguez and Brady Hoke. Although it's we can say that Hoke was better than Rodriguez, but that's not saying much at all. So there it is. Lloyd Carr is the best current time coach. Jim Harbaugh comes in next. We've yet to see. I don't know what Michigan's going to do. They have to beat Ohio State, and they need to win a Big Ten championship first. Or maybe you should say, well, focus on Ohio State first. I don't know, but hey, ladies and gentlemen, there it is.